Jeannie Ghent began her career working for Larry Bonash at ABC Records. When ABC was bought by Dot in 1974, Jeannie worked in the promotion department for singer-songwriter Jim Fogelsong. Among the artists with whom she worked were Roy Clark, Donna Fargo, Don Williams, Freddie Fender, and Joe Stampley, as well as the Pointer Sisters on their popular Fairy Tale single. MCA bought ABC Dot, and Jeannie continued to work in their promotion department, along with Irv Woolsey and Tony Tamburano, both of whom had moved from Texas to Nashville. Artists in whose careers she was instrumental include Barbara Mandrell, the Oak Ridge Boys, Don Williams, and Roy Clark. In 1981, she joined the staff of Joe Galante's RCA Records. She spent a brief time working with Gene Hughes Promotions as well. In 1982, she joined Mandrell Management, headed by Irby Mandrell, the father of three Mandrell sisters, Barbara, Louise, and Earlene. She not only handled the day-to-day media and PR, management duties, and personal appearances for those three sisters, but she also worked with them on their national network television show. Jeannie was the spokesperson for Barbara Mandrell when she experienced the near-fatal car accident in 1984. Leaving Mandrell, she opened her own promotions company, Jeannie Ghent Promotions, representing the Cannons, Mac Wiseman, and the Randalls. She had two daughters, Angie and Jenny, both of whom followed in their mother's footsteps, working in the music industry. Jeannie lost her battle with cancer in 1994. Source Hall of Fame inductee Katie Gillian has a few words to say.
I am just so happy to be able to talk about my dear friend Jeannie Ghent, who was on this amazing list of brilliant women that are being honored tonight by Source. Jeannie is the reason that I discovered the music business in October 1973, when she hired me as a temp to mail t-shirts and acetates to country radio for Dot Records in a basement, Owen Bradley's basement behind the Decca building, the Forest Hills building, the basement of that building. And after a few weeks, luckily, I was rescued by Jim Fogelsong, which is another whole story. But back to Jeannie. She and I were running buddies. We were youngsters in our 20s, silly girls having a good time, working together, going to award shows together, sharing fancy dresses and makeup, and just having a good time. We also played softball for years together and had a blast doing that on Barbara Mandrell's sponsored team, the Do Rights. That was so much fun. But what can I say about Jeannie? I mean, she was the best human in every possible way. She was bright and smart and savvy and hardworking. She was a loyal friend. She had nerves of steel. She wasn't afraid of anything. And really, she was hilarious. She was so funny and so much fun. She had that twinkle in her eyes. You always knew you were going to have a good time. You didn't know what she had up her sleeve, but it was going to be fun. Jeannie was the backbone of the promotion department at Dot Records in the 70s. I mean, there were hits galore with Don Williams, Roy Clark, Freddie Fender, Joe Stampley, Tommy Overstreet, Buck Trent, and the list goes on and on, until Dot was purchased by ABC a few years later. And when Jeannie worked for the Mandrells, she was a stalwart there at that company. The whole family depended on her for the entire organization depended upon her. She was responsible, and you knew she was going to do a good job. I think the thing that I most admired about Jeannie was that she was a ferocious, hardworking single mom raising two girls all by herself and raising them to become great humans as well. So, my dear friend Jeannie, I miss you. You were gone way too young. I will never forget you. and sending much love out to her two lovely daughters, Angie Osborne and Jeannie House. Love you guys.
I am honored to induct into the 2021 Source Hall of Fame, Jeannie Ghent.